Love having me, John. You too.
So what do you think about this lawsuit?
I think if you're Hillary Clinton, the Democratic Party, and their allies in the mainstream media that really helped fabricate probably one of the biggest scandals in modern American history, then panic is really beginning to settle in. I think we have to look at the big picture of what Donald Trump is really trying to showcase to the world here is not only that he was illegally targeted, but that there never was an effort to investigate President Trump and his campaign. This effort was to plant dirty evidence against President Trump and his team in order to fabricate a scenario that let the American people believe, I should say, that the candidate and then the president was some sort of Russian stooge that deserved to not only be impeached, but likely indicted for some sort of fake crime regarding Russia. If you remember, that's what the mainstream media was really trying to push for so many years. So, of course, Donald Trump decided that enough of going on defense, it's time to go on offense. We have a massive criminal investigation ongoing simultaneously by John Durham, which has already resulted in various indictments.
And we'll get to that in a second, George. But I want to talk about that in a second. But what you're describing here is what Mark Halpern has referred to as the Chappaqua five-step, where it's you're Hillary Clinton and you dig up this opposition research and it's really sensational and it sounds like it could be scary, and then you take it to the FBI. I remember she got that special meeting with the FBI and said, hey, we think you should see this stuff. And then you leak it to your friends in the press, and then the press calls the FBI, and the FBI says, well, we can't confirm or deny that that's actually happening because that's what the FBI always says. And then you generate these headlines, and then it turns into an impeachment. And, you know, God knows. And then, of course, you have the other flip side of that, George. You have the Hunter Biden laptop stuff, which was completely suppressed. So you have fake news being amplified and real news being suppressed. You know, I'm fascinated to see where this lawsuit goes. But you talked about John Durham as well. And reports say he's going to drop a large volume of classified materials and documents. This is involving, of course, his investigation into the origins of Crossfire Hurricane. What do you expect to come out of this?
I think that this document drop is going to be about Igor Danchenko, who is a key player in, like I said, the largest political conspiracy in modern American history. And we can't forget who this individual was. This was the primary source in which Christopher Steele relied upon to concoct his Steele dossier, which was then basically delivered to the FBI to launch Crossfire Hurricane. And even the IG Horowitz explained that the dossier was an essential part of launching this scandalous investigation. But what's more damning, I think, about the revelations regarding Danchenko is that we now know that Danchenko's own sources came directly from people affiliated to the Hillary Clinton campaign. So what am I talking about here? I'm saying that the Hillary Clinton campaign was feeding fake information directly to a subsource of an MI6 spy who then transmitted that information to the FBI. Now, was the FBI willfully accepting tainted information to launch investigations, to get these fake FISA warrants against people like Carter Page and others? That's something that I think John Durham is still looking into, but this individual is critical to the inception, if you will, of how this entire thing got started. So it's going to be very interesting to see what else John Durham presents in a declassified setting to the American people and to the rest of the world in his ongoing criminal case against this person and others.
Yeah, and you know what? We were just talking about this, Bianca and I, George. We need a John Durham news conference or some new B-roll of John Durham because those pictures are getting old. The kid, of course. The man, John Durham. Come on, Mr. Durham, special counsel, give us some new B-roll, please. We're dying out here. Anyway, George Papadopoulos, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, John. You too.